Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians Cast, episode 428. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Adam, the Ultimate Whovian. What's up, Adam?
Hello, hello, hello.
All right, bro. So, we all seen. Listen, you saw it
Yep,
too, obviously.
yep.
What did you think?
This is a really good episode. It was solid. I really enjoyed it. Though I think some of the best moments come from Capaldi and how he plays the role just on his own. Even like before the title sequence starts, you have him doing the monologue, stuff about silent companions. And I've always been intrigued by the idea, and I like how he takes Clara out of this kind of depressing moment
Right.
where she's on the date with Danny Pink and takes her to find out to go into her past and future, and it's all really good, and it's
I
quite
like seeing the Doctor
yeah,
alone a little bit. Yeah, and then him
yeah.
talking and going crazy and yelling in the TARDIS, and then the chalk falling. I thought that was interesting. Also, that he the sarcasm with the both of them. Like, he just
Mm,
messes with her. He's like, "Why three-sided mirror?" And, you took the
yeah,
makeup off already. She's like, "I did." He's like, "Well, I think you made a mistake." Like, it's like, "I think you did." Like, it's like, oh, like the little digs here and there. It's a different type of dynamic with their friendship, and I really like
absolutely,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
So, what did you think of the monster, or whatever that was?
I wish we actually got a notion to what it was, because it really was a blur, and whether Moffat actually told the director to make it a blur across the shoulder, or whether to I, I, I don't even know when they actually filmed the episode if something was on set, if they're
Right.
whether that hopefully it might be explored in the finale. I hope that maybe
Maybe. I
they'll
think it
go
was
back.
better that we didn't see it because it made you
Really?
terrifying what the hell that was, and questioning it, and more people are talking about the episode because they didn't know what it was. Just like Midnight. Remember Midnight?
Yeah,
We couldn't see the creatures outside. You
yeah.
know, maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. I mean, but it also ties with Utopia too, because Utopia, there was one planet left at the end of the universe, at the end of time, and they were trying to get to Utopia, and then they became whatever that thing was that made them the Toglophane. They were afraid of the darkness, and they kept telling the Master, the darkness is coming, the darkness. Maybe this was that planet that had the creatures on it that they were talking about, the darkness. But I really enjoyed, because you know what it is. Before Moffat was on Doctor Who, he was writing for Coupling. That was his show, a comedy show, and I see that in the interaction with the relationships with Danny Pink and Clara and the dialogue back and forth. I missed that because I used to love that about Coupling, like
Hmm.
Moffat's writing, and he knows how to do that with couples relationships and fights, and getting back together, breaking up, whatever. He's really an expert at that. So we don't really get to see that in Doctor Who that much, but I really
No.
loved seeing that in the coupling aspect in Listen, where they have that date and it doesn't go right and all that stuff. So I'm sure we're going to see more of that.
Oh, I think we will.
Did you ever see
Um,
Coupling before?
Unfortunately not, but
It was
hopefully.
like you one day check it out, but it was pretty interesting. But uh, it's almost like Friends, but I think it was before
Hmm.
Friends, like a whole bunch of group. But I think that the episode was fantastic, and I like the fact that we got to see the Doctor's childhood.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Oh, that was a pretty awesome scene, and it looked from a few shots. It looked like it looked like the Doctor really was chickened out. Of course,
Yeah,
they didn't really say he was the warrior. He's not, going to be the
right.
rebel. And as soon as they said the word Time Lord, you can see Clara's eyes
Oh,
just
her
pop
eyes
out.
light up. Oh my God, all the
Yeah.
time. She just opens her eyes wide. It's crazy. I didn't like. I don't. The one thing I don't like. I love Clara, but I don't want Moffat to get me to not like Clara. And the only thing I don't like that he constantly forces it is Clara introduced him to the TARDIS. Clara stopped the Time War. Clara's the
Mm,
Impossible Girl. Clara
yeah.
made him become the Doctor. Made him have companions. I don't like that he's forcing it, making us that Clara is the ultimate companion, because then when he writes and he has another companion, he's going to make her the ultimate companion. So just like Amy Pond, like different things, just leave it, you know. But I mean, you don't have to do that. I can like the character. We could all love her without her being part of important events in his history. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's bizarre of what she's doing with Danny's past, that how she can just walk into the room and immediately they're under the bed, like within like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or yeah, it's
That's
just,
interesting.
I found that ridiculous. Yeah.
I mean, well, I think I gave it a 10 out of 10. I just don't want Clara to be. I mean, he made an interview yesterday that he said Clara's the main character of the show. Well, before you sign Matt Smith's contract, you signed Jenna Louise Coleman's contract for Series 8. So, of course, that was their main concern. I mean, Matt Smith left, but before they offered him a raise or whatever, they offered her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's the way it should be. I think it should be that the Doctor is the main focus of the show rather than the companion like it used to be. But anyway, I still loved it. I thought it was 10 out of 10. And that didn't affect my rating at all. What about you?
Say is, some of these episodes, I feel like because if you're giving Clara enough time, you might as well keep the Doctor like the way, you know. I love Capaldi, but I think having these episodes a bit too soon in his era, like it's only really the first time, and we're already getting this all stuff about Clara, and like you wish you kind of had a bit more of that last year. In the second half of Series 7.
She had more to do,
why they kind of giving it to her with a new Doctor doesn't really sit right for me. I'm like, why don't you have the Doctor actually? I would love it if the Doctor actually admit, Clara, maybe there wasn't something. I put you in this situation. I put you through possibly being thrown into this airlock and stuff, and you know, and like having the Daleks just in episode 2.
I know. That's kind of forcing it with the Daleks, but I like. Look, we know, and I could see it, that the chemistry was there with Matt Smith and Jenna Louise Coleman completely. Okay.
Yeah.
The chemistry may not be there with them, but that doesn't mean that she's not giving up. I mean, she's doing her best to be a great actress, and he's a great actor. But you could tell, obviously, the chemistry was with Matt Smith and her, and them is a different dynamic, and that's what they're trying to play off as. They're trying to show the friendship, the sarcasm, the type of thing like that, where Matt Smith and her, you know, it could have been where their characters got closer, or a romance like Rose or something. You saw that happening in the tease back and forth, you know?
Yeah.
So, now, what do you think is this leading up to? Like, this whole story arc?
Well, supposedly this is people have been saying this is the Moffat where he doesn't lead into anything, where he's not. Well, he's done the 50th, he's done Matt Smith's finale, he's done Peter Capaldi's first episode, and for them, they're big event stories. They're quite important to, you know, do a good 50th, do a good farewell, and do a great entrance. So supposedly this is that moment where, like, right, we're going to actually write a story, we're going to do an actual something.
And not worry about story arcs or finales?
No, I don't know, because there wasn't really mentioned the Promised Land. There wasn't Missy. There was none of that, really.
I know, but that's good, though. They don't have it every episode, though. You don't need it every episode. Take a break from it every now and then, you know? Yeah. But it's good to see. I think Time Heist is going to look great. I mean, it looks fantastic.
I think it's the teller to bug-eyed things.
I mean, I think they're really spending money. I was saying that on previous Kiss. I think they're spending money.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So overall, you're satisfied. What do you rate the series as a whole with 4 episodes?
So Deep Breath, I gave a 9 because there were some really good themes in there, like, you know, kind of, Into the Dalek 8, and Robot and Listen both get 7.
Okay, but overall, with the 4 episodes combined, what do you get? Like an 8?
I think it'd be an 8. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think if I had to do it all of them combined, I think it would be a 9 for me.
All right.
Yeah, maybe 8.5.
It's pretty solid. Yeah. I've not really.
I'm enjoying the season. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You enjoy it. You're not like, oh my god, I'm going to go back 5 years later and just be like.
It's like you get the box set.
Forward.
You get the box set and you'll say Series 8, right? You don't want to have when you get the box set Series 8. Oh, you want to watch this episode? Nah, I don't like that episode in Series 8. What if you get the box set and you said, oh man, I don't even know what I want to watch because the whole season is great. That's what I think. That's what's going to want to happen. I think we're going to like what we see.
You have the option. You can have the option like, oh, but maybe there's stuff. If you got the first 7 series of the new series, well, first day, and then you'll have maybe 9 later, and then you'll have the classic series, and then and then if Doctor Who's really at a deprivation stage, which I highly doubt, I know the rating.
I don't think it's dropping off anytime soon. Yeah, I think Moffat's with us till Series 10, honestly, because if he's committed for Sherlock Series 5, and next year is Doctor Who Series 9 and Sherlock Series 4, then it's safe to assume that Sherlock Series 5 is the following year, and he'll be doing Doctor Who at the same time. So I think he's a lock for 10. I mean, he's already a lock for 9, so I think, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So, all right, Adam, thank you very much.
No problem.
Appreciate it. And I'll try to get everybody's opinions throughout the week. It's hard this week. I'm working a lot of hours, but I like this. We get to pop in, do our thing, and pop out.
Yeah.
All right. And I see. You know what I seen before I go? I went to Midtown Comics in the city, and I saw this huge master statue, which I'm going to try to capture this week and put on the cast or show a screenshot of it. But I can't wait to show you. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about until maybe tomorrow or something. But they got some cool stuff in the comic book store, I tell you. Cool things. Cool. All right, guys. That's it. Take care. Bye for now.
Goodbye.